Hey guys, it's me Jen. Welcome to my channel if you're new. In December of last year, I handed in my dissertation. If you want to hear all about my experience of writing the dissertation, then make sure you keep watching. I made sure to start thinking about my dissertation really early on in like August when it was due midway through December. My subject specialism is literacy, so that meant that my dissertation was going to talk about an area within literacy in the primary curriculum. If you've watched any of my previous videos, then you will know that I absolutely love reading, and I definitely wanted to focus on that in my dissertation, but I also love technology, and I thought, why not bring the two together? I started to do readings and find interesting information. There are loads of really cool reading apps that you can download onto tablets for the classroom, and they not only help children to read and aid their development, but they help children become interested in reading, especially those that won't pick up a book. And I wanted to know if teachers are using this kind of technology in their classroom to encourage reading, and if not, why not? My final title was our year group was split into small groups of about 4 or 5 students in each, and we were all assigned our dissertation advisor, usually a lecturer with the same specialisation as you. So my advisor specialised in literacy and was able to help me with the area that I was discussing. I emailed her quite a lot. I wouldn't say I was emailing her like every night, but definitely contacted her with any issues that I had, and I think that's really important, just to make sure that you're checking in every so often and that you're on the right track, because sometimes writing a dissertation can be so easy to miss mistakes when you're just doing it all on your own. I remember in the really early stages going up to the library and looking at the example dissertations that they had in there and just thinking, wow. I found it really helpful that they had different grades of dissertations in the library to look at. I wouldn't just look at like the top A grades, so that I could help myself to understand why each dissertation got the grade that it got and see the boundaries between like a C and an A, for example. After I'd done a lot of the initial readings to find my area of interest, I started really thinking about breaking down my question and planning out what I wanted to write. So I started off by bullet pointing like all my kind of main headings, so things like examples of reading technology, benefits of reading technology, challenges of using reading technology in the classroom, and once I'd broken it down into more manageable chunks, I could start writing. I found that I was a lot more productive during the week. I would usually start writing by about 8 or 9 AM. I personally work a lot better in the morning, those are my productive hours, so I would get up early and I would get a good lot of hours in before lunchtime, and I just liked that because it meant that if I got lots done at the start of the day, towards the end of the day, I could wind down and just relax. As long as I was being really productive during the week, then I could give myself the weekends off, and I just enjoyed doing that, but obviously that depends on your schedule. So the first part of my dissertation, or section A, was all about me talking about my reasoning for choosing that topic area, why I was interested in it, kind of introducing the area for discussion and exploring all of the kind of currently available research and guidance. So in my case, digital reading technology, there was a lot of information about the benefits of it. There wasn't really that much available about its use in the classroom and what teachers thought about it, especially in Scottish schools. Part 2 of the dissertation involved me to do an investigation and undertake some practitioner research. So that basically means you go into schools and conduct research to test some of the theories that you'd brought out in the first part of your dissertation, and you can do that through questionnaires or interviews. I chose questionnaires and I distributed them across as many primary schools in my area as I could, asking all kinds of questions about whether teachers use technology in the classroom for reading, do they think it's a good idea, what they think the benefits of it would be, and then at the end I collated all of my results, discussed my findings, and came to a conclusion. So in my case, the teachers recognised a lot of the benefits of using technology for reading in the classroom, and I found a lot of really interesting stuff, but I concluded that in order for this to successfully work in the classroom, there were a lot of implications. There's not enough funding, guidance and training for teachers in order for it to work really well. My dissertation was due on Thursday the 13th of December. I went and got my dissertation bound about 2 days before it was due, so I'd actually given myself the deadline of finishing it the Friday before. I think I spent like the Monday just kind of reading back through it and checking for any last minute mistakes, and then on the Tuesday I went into the library and I got it printed. Getting it printed and bound at the university cost a lot less than I thought it was going to. I just got mine spiral bound, and they bind it with like plastic either side so that it protects the dissertation. Hand-in day was just like the biggest relief ever. We all went in and we got our pictures beside the tree, which is just like a tradition at our university because it's Christmas time when we hand in our dissertation. I think our year was split in half, so the first half of us had to go and hand in our dissertation somewhere between between, I think it was like 10 and 11 o'clock. We went in and we had to get our names all signed off, and we deposited our dissertation in the hand-in box, and that was it. It was gone. I got my results about a month on from handing in the dissertation, which was really good and actually a lot earlier than I was expecting. Overall, I think one of the reasons that my dissertation was so successful was the area that I chose to explore. It was definitely a really new and interesting topic that no one else had discussed in their dissertation before, and that definitely appealed to my marker. At the end of the day, you've got to remember that someone is going to be reading it. You do want to keep them interested and show that you're passionate about the area that you're exploring. You want it to be well written and organised so that it's easy to understand. I think in my writing, my aims were very clear, and everything that I said directly related back to the question. I made good connections between the academic literature and the findings that I discovered through my own research. It was well structured, and I think that's because I spent a lot of time in the initial stages of writing the dissertation planning what I wanted to write, and that really helped me keep to the point when I was writing. And I think overall I was just really passionate about what I was writing about, and because of my personal interest in it, that really motivated me to write. The max word count was just under 9,000 words, which I think in different courses it can vary. Some people's are around the 8,000, 9,000 word mark, whereas some can be like over 10,000 words. It really just depends. I think that's the part that everyone kind of complains about in the initial stages, and it does seem like this massive mountain to climb. As long as you pick something that you're interested in and that you can write a lot about, then the word count isn't as intimidating as it seems, and the result that you get makes up a percentage of your final degree. So when you graduate, there are different classifications of degree that you can earn, from a first class, which is generally kind of all A's, an upper or lower second class, or even a third class degree. If you watch my goals for 2019 video, then you will see that I was talking about my aspirations for uni in that video, and I said that I was going to be aiming for an upper second class degree, which can also be called a 2-1. And I don't want to say I was shocked because I worked really hard, but I was so surprised when I opened my results and saw that I got an A in my dissertation. That means potentially I still got placement and an exam and I think another assignment between now and graduating, but if I work really hard and do well in those, then there is a chance that I could get a first class degree. If you are still waiting on your dissertation results, then good luck. My fingers are crossed for you. If you have already received your results, then I hope that you're happy with the result that you got. I would love to hear about your experiences. I think I'm going to make a video that is a bit more in depth, sharing some of my top tips and advice for writing a dissertation. So if you'd be interested in that, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!